Right. I think we're going to start off each run from here on out with an unpopular opinion of the day. Today's unpopular opinion: James Corden is semi-okay. That's right. You heard it. James Corden, not that bad. Let's get into it here. I mean, really, are any of the late night hosts that much of comedic geniuses? Not really. Conan retired. We're not left with much currently. I would put him in the upper half. Patient, Shadow, Easy Deity. Alright, we can work with this. I think Primordium is definitely a champ first type thing. Is there any artifacts that would influence my decision? I doubt it. Superfood, absolutely, with Hellhorned superfood is amazing. When you're talking about both Umbra and Hellhorn, there's pretty good upside with improved Firebox. You could even argue, you know, they both have a rare unit that could get played out with it. They both have some pretty good X costs or just high cost cards that could be good, but at the same time I could just, I don't know, could just take Abandoned Tumbra because it's pretty decent. Maybe not with Planks though, or I mean with Planks it is decent because it opens up Umbra if Umbra needs to be a thing, which honestly it could. You know, we could just get Demon Fiend, Alpha Fiend, Consumer of Crowns, any combo of them three. And then Alloy becomes pretty enticing. Could also just never find Multi-Strike, and Alloy might actually... Well, I mean, Horned Warrior would be better than Alloy, but if we had this, maybe Alloy would be better. I don't know. I think we take this. Could also just be chump blocking if I need it into Patient. I doubt I would need it in this combo, though. I will take this too, I think. I will say this, starting deck is not that good at clearing the waves. Like really, really bad at it. We would definitely not want to find an armor trial, whether we take this or not. There's also a Divine Boons here, which means I'd go 30 into that minimum. I think I would take it though. There's so many good artifacts for Hellhorn, and Umbra is, with Primordium, Superfood Primordium, I think, pretty good, because you can get like Chain of Gems. First Hell Pact in this combo is insanely good, but the Conscription Notice would be... Conscription and Tempered Talisman could really help my early game, but I think the upside of First Hell Pact is just too good here. Alright, we don't have anything too worrying here. There are some horrible draws that might make me not able to take this Mark of Invasion, but it would be so unlikely, and I could just recycle through the deck and probably still beat the boss. Alright, we're gonna go... Let's see, I'm getting 10, so 3 times 4 is 12. I lose 5. I really want to try to get the lifesteal here. I can plink them once, so yeah, this should be fine. We'll cycle back to that. Take another one of these out. Just do this. Oh, never mind. No, I'm I'm still going to try to recycle to that, I think. We want to try to take these out. Don't know that Welder Helper will do much for us. It's either Welder Helper or this. I think we could do Welder Helper here. I don't need to cycle these back. We'd rather get the other thing. Wait, this is fine. Could just do that. Could do this. I could go like this. That lets me eat up 2 lifesteal stacks. I don't think I like that. And yeah, do that. Should have put him behind the Helper, but it doesn't matter. Alright. Getting it done. Space Prism, yeah. Probably Hornbreak. Is there any reason to think I should overstack? In this combo, I doubt it. It's weird, I find myself hardly ever taking Hidden Passage anymore. The problem with it is like overstacking with it. Speculatively, it just hardly ever works out. It's much better if I see a line with a banner unit already. That's the tough thing about it being at the common tier. I kind of wish it was an uncommon card, but I guess it would be too redundant, kinda, with Tiresome Climb. I mean, Tiresome Climb's just a far better card. I think I take the Hornbreak. Hornbreak is just such a good card. We could have maybe justified going left, just for holdover perils. With Superfood Primordium, it certainly could be good, but I don't know. This magic's pretty hittable if I don't brick here. That magic's pretty hittable, and that magic's pretty hittable. Like, I could still decently hit perils. Okay, we got a Large Stone, which is pretty good with Horned Warrior. The rest doesn't really matter. 30 and Purge. I wouldn't take him because I know I'm taking 15 at the next ring for sure. Okay. Granted, Steelworker's armor is pretty nice to, you know, have hit Superfood. I think we just definitely take Horned Warrior here and give it Large Stone. It's just a really good benefactor of it. It does mean that this is pretty much useless now, but we knew that that would be a possibility, and we can probably visit this steel for sure. That's it, but that's where we could search for either a quick or another multi. So, yeah, it's just fight now. If we add as much health as we do with Large Stone, we should definitely be taking spikes. It does suck that we don't get a double no unit draft, though. Because I would like an Essence here. Obviously, it's not a good self-infuser, but I will say this. If I find a Rail Beater, it could be worth considering putting the Horned Warrior into it. Just have to see. So there is actually a Space Prism eventually, so I think we could work with that. caring about that really, but yeah, so we can do that. Put down there. Alright, not too bad. We're not really getting much out of Primordium though if we don't hit Rage here. Like, I would then have to hit like, I don't know, something. As much as I want this Space Prism, and honestly the making of a morsel kinda makes sense, but definitely I think we just take this. It's too much upside there with the Hell Pact. And again, just a bit unfortunate here. I will say we may need to just think about not using Primordium. It's starting to get to that point. If I can't get offense out of it, then I don't care about defense at this point. My defense can come from these just as easy, and I can actually feed morsels. I think we would want this vent into Shadow. Starting right for defense. I'd rather just use the Welder Helpers. So, we really don't have a good Hell Vent. Unless we want to Hell Vent Perils. And basically just get a bunch of them. I don't think so. I think I could work with Alloy into this Hornbreaker if I have to. But either way, I think board. No, there's good stuff here we could get. Chain of Gems. That's pretty good. I mean, it's really good. Defensively, we are more than satisfied on this run. I don't think these are worth 25 shards. I think Morsel Maker's just too slow. I would take the Morsel Maker, I suppose, if I think I need to just run 2 of these Horned Warriors and ditch Primordium, which still is an option. I mean, yeah, I got a ton of defense right now out of the Primordium, but it's possible if I don't get offense. We need to really skew towards some offense here. But I don't know. It's only 6/6 on resolve. It really isn't amazing. And I'd have to take a pip upgrade anyway, unless I hit intrinsic. Which, I don't know. Not enticing to me. If I'm going to run 2 of them on a floor, I'd rather use like a Branded Warrior Essence. Or even a, I don't know, Alpha Fiend. Alpha Fiend would be a whole different direction, but that's also something I could do. Let's say I get, and one downside of Chain of Gems is I have to Ember Drain and transfer that Ember Drain by playing it first. And that doesn't really factor into this decision. I'm just thinking through how this is going to look. Like, let's say I'm offered, I think because I have Chain of Gems, I don't ever take a second point of Superfood. I think I would almost prefer to see aggressive at this point, and if I do, the Mark of a Champion can make up for the fact that I didn't get a full thing of aggressive. And I could get a decent amount of attack out of that. Now, if it's Stalwart, so be it. These, I don't get much from these others anyway, so this could turn into something good if I get aggressive. If it doesn't, well, at least I get like 1 attack out of it, which is something. I don't think we do that. I think we hold out for a potential multi. Bone Rattler could actually be interesting. I think we could leak if I never find much to help me with offense, and this could probably help me a decent amount. Yeah, it's a weird one, but I don't know. I could like do a turn with like perils into it. I mean, I'm already getting 15 attack. I think it's worth it. I'm already bare minimum getting 15 attack out of it for the pyre. So it's like a boon. It's like an artifact, bare minimum, and it has this upside. It solves a problem that I need solving as well. Let's stack the damage shield for sure. I wouldn't mind recycling to that. I don't need that. Can do this. Ah, shit. Here. Let's do this. There we go. Disaster averted. I was like, I'm going to be Ember Drained and not even be able to play a card. So this, by the way, is why it kind of sucks when you go top. Trying to utilize a chain of gems. I have one Ember here when I could have had more. Luckily, with what I've drawn here, none of it really matters. Here, let's take this out. Oops. It's fine. We'll do this. I was going to do this down here, but now I have the damn Ember Drain again. So if I do this, I lose the 2 damage shield. I have 3 health. This should be fine then. I still die. Thought for some reason I thought that would extinguish. Alright, well, 2 Ember Drain. I mean, the fucked up thing is that it really doesn't matter because my deck is so bad, actually. I just don't need to play anything because I don't have any cards that are worth playing. That is the sad fucking reality of it. Alright, let's... I mean, I'm gonna lose... Actually, I'm just gonna lose this damage shield and there's nothing I can do about it, so let's just... actually, with the chain of gems I didn't have to, but I don't know. I think it's pretty unlikely that I'm not gonna just lose all of this. So let's see, you're at 45, I'm at 46. Let's just try to get you down then. So this is leaking no matter what. Let's go here, there, there. Chain of Gems is so awkward with stuff like this. It's like, I want to put this in the front. But I can't really, can I? Damage shield, damn. Like if I put it in the back, I guess that's okay. Let's do this. And do that. That. Alright. Took 5, but to be expected. I literally have no offense. Okay, Shroud Spike I could definitely work with. Wretch as well could work. It's mainly only solving the problem that I need to solve, though, if I already hit the aggressive, which I feel is already pretty good. Whereas I'm at least guaranteed to get a something here. I think the Shroud Spike's upside is too much here. Now I really wish I had the morsel thing. So, I really wanted to hit this, but it's starting to look like maybe I have to go left. I mean, on the bright side, I get one more, basically 75% at either multi or quick. And then we could maybe get a Branded Warrior Essence. I mean, I guess a Steelworker Essence could work. It's giving me a lot of defense. It'll definitely lock in Relentless. Could also just go Morsel Maker, and then I can put my Shroud Spike into something guaranteed that at least gives me some stats. If I take a pip upgrade, I could a lot of the time fit everything onto the floor, but I have to draw Morsel Maker second for that to work. Or go to Cheater's Hand. You know, I just don't know, I don't know. I also don't know if I should do a draw upgrade. If I go Pip, I can at least start feeding morsels along with a Primordium to my Horn Warrior, or alternatively, I could just go double Horn Warrior. It'd be really nice to be able to search for holdover here. I could always just not take a unit. I mean, I don't have an immediate temple. One thing the Steelworker... I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say one thing the Steelworker opens up is one Horn Tome, but I do feel with the Chain of Gems I already have that pretty open to me. I could still take this Steelworker, I feel. It does suck though that if I take the one Horn Tome, like, all of that health goes to waste. I guess that's fine though. In the context of endgame, it just doesn't really matter. Another thing I could do is actually just take 2 points of superfood. Put down my Horned Warrior first. It'll be fragile, but I could self-infuse it and get an extra strike that way. So if I put it down first, I get the Chain of Gems. Maybe. Could also then just, like... There's always, like, Prismal Dust to follow it up. I think I would rather do that than take the Steelworker, actually. It's just, I'm good on defense. I don't need more defense. I'm seriously considering Pip, though. If Shroud Spike needs to be a thing, because right now, Consume Remove on Shroud Spike would be amazing. Be truthfully amazing. And if I'm going to the right, which I think I am, like eventually maybe I find Intrinsic on Space Prism, and then I never had to take a Pip upgrade, right? But if I don't... Draw would only make sense if I had better cards, I feel. Like, really, the only cards that are super good are Space Prism, Prismal Dust, and Shroud Spike. None of the other cards are all that great. Like, a Hornbreak is okay. Perils would be good if I get a draw, if I get holdover, but if I don't, I'm thinking of the world where I don't find holdover. Right here at least. Like, if I don't find holdover, then I need this I need to hope that I'm getting a consumer move at least. Or a double stack. I'm definitely getting one of them. And Shroud Spike just probably doesn't work if I don't take a pip upgrade, so I think I have to take a pip upgrade. We could take that money since we're probably not using an essence unless I'm self-infusing. This is not... So out of the 3 I listed, this is by far the one I didn't care about. It's a ton... Don't get me wrong, it is a ton of stuff. And I will take it. But for the record, it was the least. I'd hold out for intrinsic on that. I think we don't need intrinsic space prism anymore. Could make that cost less. That seems to be the best at the moment. Because it never needs to get above what it's at. God damn it, literally the 2 I didn't want to see. Freestone and Double Stack. I really hate Freestone. I think Freestone is worse than Large Stone. I think it's legitimately worse than Large Stone. Like, sure, I guess I could permafrost the Shroud Spike, but why? Fucking why? Maybe apparels could get permafrosted. I mean, I should, because I'm gonna take the boons. This is probably just better if I find a furnace tap. It's probably worth doing, but I don't love it at all. So I think I still hold out for an intrinsic here. Maybe a -2 there and a consumer move. I don't... No, maybe I just, I don't really have a good thing to put this Ember upgrade into. Especially going into this steel, I think I should just take the gold and hold it. I don't even think I should take the Surge Stone, maybe. So... I think Torch is going to be pretty bad for me. Blink at least might have some application. An engine upgrade is just never good for me, right? Is it? I don't know. I think we have these for Stealth Boss. Let's get rid of the Stewards for now. Hold the rest of the gold to try to search for quick or multi. So there's aggressive edible. I think I should still take that. I don't know that we're going to commit to a self-infuse on Horn Warrior. I'll know here if I have to. If I don't find multi here. But I do find quick, then I think it makes sense to self-infuse. If I don't find quick or multi, then I'm not probably going to self-infuse, and I'm probably in a really rough spot. We'll take at least 1 stack of aggressive. I'll know by the final point whether I need to take a point of superfood or that. We'll find out. For the final upgrade. We should be fine with spikes, I would imagine. Party Boy's under his... count. I think I still should Chain of Gems this. I mean, I can counteract the Ember a little bit here. I'm just going to throw this out there. This will be pretty good. Do this and that. Look at, I just like did so much. Like that right there, as you can see, is quite a lot better than just what Primordium's giving me. Just one of those Shroud Spikes. If I can get a consumer move and then a holdover, that would be like absolutely amazing. Who knows? Maybe it's worth just going to this Merchant of Magic. I don't know. I don't know. I think it goes against my philosophy of. You know, I could still just get double stacking permafrost again. Then what did I do this ring? Basically nothing. If I miss on my stuff here, at least I'm removing. At least I'm getting a caverns. Caverns might brick, but usually it won't. Could end up being pretty good. Also, I guess it's okay that this is permafrosted also, because it would basically do what that other Perils did. Like, I can pair it with Shroud Spike. Chain of Gems just fucking me over here again, though. Like, I want to play this and torch it, but I can't. So, I guess I'll just do that. You go there. This can actually just die. Can block. Let's see if we get lucky with this Plink. Nope. Try to eat up a thing of regen. Alright. Surprisingly good, considering Superfood Primordium. This is not too bad with a Chain of Gems. And is there any way I could use that Prism Retrieval? I would need a cheater's hand, really. That's the problem. There's so many cool things you can do with cheater's hand that enable cards like this to actually be okay. Just hardly ever get them in the right order, so you end up with a speculative card that is just abysmally bad outside of that. It would also be okay if I had just a imp that I was looking for, but I'm not. So I think it's Mitosis. It's like Shroud Spike, but worse. But it has some application here. If I never find Quick, it could actually be an okay holdover. Inflame's surprisingly okay here. We are running a Superfood. It's just I don't really stack that much with Superfood, but I think given my situation, I think an Inflame is definitely takeable here. So yeah, we're gonna still commit to this. Alright, we're off to a bad start. If it gives me Shitstone, fuck you, game. Smelt Chain. This one's tough. Like Space Prism, I don't think really at this point. I don't even think it needs to be in the deck, personally. And really the only thing we could do is YOLO Apparels. By the way, I could actually put the Welder Helper into, I think, given the possibility that it's Multi-Strike Boss or Stealth Boss coming up, and also that it's Patient, I'm not opposed to just putting the Welder Helper into Horned Warrior here. I could do that right now. But I think we still might want to think about Self-Infuse. If I'm stuck to 2 strikes, that could be an issue. So let's see if we're getting Multi-Strike first. I'll probably check this before I do any Smelt Chain. But I just won't do a Smelt Chain, most likely. think I would have strongly preferred multi-strike, but quick at least probably can get taken here, so I guess what we have to do here is, how's this gonna work? So there's Purge, not intrinsic. I still have 2 more intrinsic chances. I think we are gonna self-infuse. I just can't get it done. If I knew I was getting a one-horn tome or a furnace tap, this would be a lot easier, but we have to plan on the self-infuse. Luckily we don't have to go into stealth boss with that. Do it at the next ring. So I mean, it would be nice to just helmet some other stuff, but I guess Spell Chain also could work on Shroud Spike, except for the problem that I'm only generating 1 morsel a turn. You know, if I could actually get a Grovel or a Gem Trove, even a Cannibalize, I could actually Spell Chain Shroud Spike pretty comfortably. I guess not a Cannibalize though, because I need like a Rubber Morsel to make Spell Chain make sense. Could be an okay speculative Spell Chain though still. It's worth thinking about. It also does kind of pseudo Hellvent it. I think because I have the first Hell Pack. I probably will Spell Chain it. So if I Hellvent this, I put him down with Chain of Gems. I take a 2nd point of Superfood, or alternatively I find Intrinsic on the Prismal Thrust. Is that going to be enough? Am I going to survive off the greatness of... And that's only for Divinity, by the way. All the other fights I can put Primordium down first and get a lot of stuff. Plus I can chump block. I think we do commit to this. We're gonna self-infuse it. Go us. Alright, let's check this out first. Penitent Remains not horrible here, honestly. It would give Primordium, especially if I'm gonna take another point of Superfood, it basically gives me another thing of aggressive. Now the downside here is my draw is absolutely abysmal at this point, but it almost doesn't matter. It does matter, but I think I have to take this. It does give me a lot of damage, factoring in Mark of a Champion. So yeah, the rare time I don't mind seeing this event. I still am not thrilled about taking this, so let's be honest, like I'm not thrilled about it. Alright, so we know we're getting 25, 15, so that's 40. 40 goes to 80, this puts us to 95. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. There's some significant upside there. Let's do it. I took the quick, right? Okay, good. It is stealth boss, but I think we're gonna absolutely murder this. P5 shards shouldn't be too bad for hidden assault. I'm gonna have a lot of attack. The only question is, with 2 strikes, can I get it done? Hornbreak will solve some of it. Vent will solve some of it. Torch sometimes will solve it. That's about it. I also have a lot worse draw now. But we have the Bone Rattler to hopefully help us. I think this is worth a chance at like a Gurg's Goad. If I get a Gurg's Goad, I don't have to do this self-infuse. I guess that wasn't super necessary, was it? But whatever. I could have avoided that Ember Drain for sure. Let's take you out. I don't care about Collector here. I care about, like, living. Okay, that could be good. We can block the one here. Is this worth? Not really, considering I just did that. This... Whatever. I'm gonna save that for a Shroud Spike. Of course, I draw both of these in the same turn. Technically, it works. Oddly enough. So here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna go 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. I should have done this before, but it doesn't actually matter here. Alright. So the spell chain thing worked out. It's nice. Put you back here, then I can actually finally do this. Go there, there. Profit. Look at this. Bye-bye to all of your stealth. Also worth noting that my morsels do actually do quite a lot of damage here. Because of Penitent Remains and Scorching Restraints. Yeah, they're doing like really good damage. Shadowbox is... No. You know, I can get like 7 or 8 in most of these fights by default. Plink probably never gets me anything. The Mitosis gets me 3, maybe twice. So that's not enough on its own. However, I'm not using any money coming up. So I don't need the 25. Speculatively, this still could work. Like, I would absolutely take a gem trove. I would take a grovel. I don't know about a gem trove. For sure, I would take a grovel. I think it's worth taking. This is a tough one. Cannibalize could also help me get this going, but the Void Binding could really be good. We still have 2 magics that are definitely getting hit. And this can still get played. It's pretty bad into this fight, though, is the problem. It's really fucking bad in it. I don't have to use it in this fight, though. I'm probably beating this fight just fine. What has more upside here, the Void Binding or the Cannibalize? I don't have a Stalwart stack, so it's not like I'm really doing a whole lot with Superfood, other than just getting my defense. But this could be a good one, I think. Especially since I'm going to be fragile. Probably skip unless we think March of Shields. And I really don't. We're already just too many cards. Too many cards. Not enough draw. Too many dead weights. $30 power and Purge. Doubt that will come into play here. Ooh. This is most certainly a multi-strike, I'd have to imagine. Or sorry, not a multi-strike, but a Sunder. It almost starts to get to the point now where I'm like, even with all this I got pretty good stuff for Primordium now, but I'm like, if I got Sunderstone on these now, they just turned into rail beaters. Do I just run 2 on a floor? If I end up getting a holdover on Perils, it's worth considering, I think. But for now, we'll do our self-infuse. Should be... like, the extra strikes are even better now. So this will be the run. Everyone that thinks Horn Warrior Essence is like unusable outside of like Rail Beater or Apex Imp, I guess eat your heart out. 30 here could work, but it's already getting me 6 by default. I'd rather get a Pierce, but... so it just keeps giving us Purge. Maybe I do just take a Purge though at this point. Considering I need to thin this deck out, I think I do. I don't think I'll take the 30 here. I think all I have to do is play my unit and I win this fight. Yeah, let's do this. So I'll have to remember though, into Divinity I really cannot play that guy first. Guess I should have maybe plinked first there, but whatever. Could get 2 stacks of this, but then I'll never play another card the rest of the game. Could also get some extra armor. Doubtful that I need that. I mean, I'm pretty high in health. I can just start taking all these Scrooges. Like, is there really another card I need to play? Not really. I think we do actually just do this. And then I'll do that. I'll get a lot of damage and whatnot here. Gives me health, that's obviously not useful. Really wish... it doesn't want to give me a Rubber Morsel whenever I want it, I guess. Rubber Morsel would have been a killer there. Oh yeah, now you give it to me. Yeah, you give it to me. We could still get 4 here. It's worth. I've got 14 damage shield. I think we're fine. I'm doing a 153 by 3. I'll eventually be able to play cards. Look at that. Yeah, I really do want to play the Mitosis, but I don't think it's worth. Actually, I'm not going to kill all these. Scratch that. I will. Should have put that in front. Wasted damage shield. Still gonna save that, I think. Alright, so Void Binding was absolutely fine here. So we got to 12 on Shadowbox there, but keep in mind I did have to skip 1 Mitosis. Wow, those are incredible. My heart wants the Shroud Spike, but I'm pretty sure we should just take the one-armed tome. I don't know though, can I can just put 2 Ember upgrades into it. Maybe I get really lucky and get a -2 at the temple. There's no downside to it, obviously, and I could stack multiple multi-strikes. I think the upside here is too much to ignore. So, I think we want draw, but I could see Ember. Obviously, Ember sucks if I end up with a holdover perils, and honestly, if I have no draw upgrades at all, a holdover perils is actually pretty rough. Is it though? I think we're good with draw though. I fucking permafrost. Please give me some good temple upgrades. Okay. These are definitely good. -2. I could do it there, but with this here, doing this. I never did find an intrinsic, unfortunately. I do think Pierce here is probably okay. That's going to do 16 by default, which kills quite a lot. Give a +10 on it. See it. Which I do. So we know there's no intrinsic now. I think this set at 2 would be good. I don't think a double stack or a consume remove is going to be working for me here. I should be taking this though, before I should have done that before I did anything. Okay, well healing obviously doesn't matter. But the health also doesn't matter. So I suppose there are some scenarios where the health would allow Primordium to live, because if I am going to have to put down Chain of Gems on my frontliner, it does mean he only gets... Well, I'm going to do Superfood. I do Superfood. Divinity hits. It hits. If I don't find any additional stuff by then this makes sense. I'm gonna, like... I think I'm good into the waves, though. Like, I think I do take this just to protect Primordium. Yeah. Do it. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe Blood for Blood's better. Probably was. That would have been good. It's not really that good here. I mean, it's definitely better than that, though. This is horrible. I'll take it. Now I wish I would have... Oh, do I wish I took a Steelworker? Not really. I needed the extra strike that I'm getting. Could have known that we're getting a one-armed tome. Okay, there's the holdover. Do it here, I guess, and then that one can be permafrosted. Anything other is better for holdover? Void Binding, maybe? I do wonder if Void Binding is actually a better holdover. Hold it over at 0. I mean, isn't there a certain argument there that that is better? Especially into Patient. Seems to me like the main point of playing Perils, because we want to play Voidbind, but I mean, aside from One-Horned Tome, does holdover Void Binding really kill us that bad? I don't need to play most of the stack. And some of the stuff still plays at 0. Hornbreak still plays at 0. Prismal Dust still plays at 0. Vent still plays at 0. Shroud Spike still plays at 0. I have 1 time out of Ember Drain with that. Sometimes I can do it with Rubber Morsels, like with that as well. The only main downside is I just can't play this if I draw it after I draw my holdover Void Binding. my chances of getting a Furnace Tap are so low. I do think this makes sense. I already have the 3 strikes. If I can get another one, cool. Otherwise, whatever. I commit to it. Alright. And I think I still take the extra superfood. Kinda have to, right? Yeah. I don't necessarily have to take the Divine Horde also if I want to keep my shards low. I don't know that it matters. Like, if I give, what's his name, Trample, whatever. This is not the best fight for me, by the way, but we're definitely not skipping an armor trail here. It does not change a whole lot for me. Now I could frontline here to give it extra armor. That kind of makes sense, right? Sucks that it would get the extinguished, though. Well, I could just do it right now. Why do I have so much pip? Yeah, anyway, let's do this. Damn it. Still probably worth playing, just maybe it gets me a shadow box, who knows. I got 3 strikes. As much as I wanna. It's so close. Yeah, whatever. Still got the 400 gold, so it's okay. I might as well put this right on him because there's not any extra whatever here. $97. If I hold this, because I could do this, 28. It's unfortunately, I guess I could just torch this, huh? And that changes it. So you have 21. Why did that not show? Because fucking... Okay, right, duh, because I'm quick. Okay, well, whatever. There's nothing I could do there in the end. This is not too bad. That's hilarious to me, though. Like, literally the one last card is this fucking holdover void mining. But good to know that we get through this just fine. So definitely doing that. Question is, do I want to, like, get more out of this? I gotta survive 1, 2, 4 hits. Yeah, I think maybe it is in our best interest to... Let's get rid of that and then No, I could have got 2 extra damage shield there, but I think I'm, considering the holdover void binding, I think I'm pretty okay. Can go. It does give me a lot of attack, doesn't it? Guess I should do it. Not actually even close on that, unfortunately, but that's how it goes, I guess. We really did need like an extra morsel card if we were ever gonna make that work. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this deck. I gotta say though, this was not an easy run to navigate. You do eventually find Grovel here. I think I should take it. It's pretty at odds with this Void Binding. We could still hit a holdover on the Perils though. We still got a 50-50 of that. Otherwise I can just Hellvent the permafrosted Perils if I think that's something I need to do. And maybe it is. I think it's worth taking. I do think a Shadow Box could be good. These, on the other hand, are horrible. That is a rare occurrence where you will pick an Umbra uncommon and not a Hellhorn uncommon. That is completely backwards. Boom. I guess I should technically look at this. But yeah. If you think I'm not taking this, you're silly. This run just got super Skyrimmed. This is like the spitting definition of Skyrim difficulty. Well, I can definitely take this. No worries there. Trader's Quill? Sure. You never know. I don't think I need these. Like a Hell's Banners, maybe. I think just removals at this point. Is Ashes of the Fallen? I forget if it works with this. It works with that. It might make it worth it. Yeah, it does definitely work with Penitent Remains. So that would... I don't know how the ordering would work with that, but that could give me a huge damage spike. And I don't know if it works with Scorching Restraints or not. Might even work with Chain of Gems. So weird that it's like only working with my artifacts and not an actual imp. I mean, I do have the imp still. 10, not worth it. This is definitely worth it. I could just get this to a 0 as well. Which I might just do. 265 is the magic number. This means I can't buy anything more. But I'd rather get this to 0 and make some removals. I would, but I kind of just want to buy the Ashes of the Fallen to witness these interactions. So in the name of science, I do think just buying the removals would have been better. It's a good thing to remind myself of though, because I really don't remember exactly how those interactions work. I think we're going to win either way, which allows me to do this. So now that we've hit holdover and that, I know what I would Hellvent. 130 shards. I don't want to like get overconfident. Could Hellvent that. It's gonna cost me 10 shards. Could just Hellvent the Grovel. I don't know how good that is, though. I am leaning toward just tailbending the one-harm tome. Increases my likelihood that I can get it onto Primordium. Right? It didn't get to 150, which I don't really care. I don't think blank page is really... the armor is the one that I would rather have. Blank pages is fun, but realistically, people talk a lot about it, like saving runs. I can't remember the last time it actually had a massively positive effect on a run, other than just having a fun final fight. I can tell you when it's thrown more often than it's saved. So let's see what we get here. Do we get 6 rage? Do we get... so we get 10 attack. Do we get 30 attack, and then does the 50% go on the 30? Do I get 4 damage shield? We're going to find all of that out when I play this. So 3 rage, that did not double. 31 attack. How do I even make sense of that? The fuck? So, you know, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blights. So it should have been 10 attack, so it should have been 10 plus the 3, which was 13. Or 10, sorry. So there's the 3 initial, so it's 13 by default. Then it went to 23. And then it took half of 23, which is 11. So it actually did work how we thought it would there. It gave... No, it didn't though, because it didn't give the double here. That's... So I would say that that is an inconsistency in keywords. Penitent Remains specifically says when summoned. Summon is the keyword here. Like, it not working with Scorching or Strength, I'm fine with that. Nowhere here does it say summon. I was thinking maybe it still would happen, but I'm fine with this. But this specifically says summon. What does Ashes of the Fallen say? Summon abilities trigger an additional time. I guess because it's not an ability. But I'm still led astray here because it's summon is what's bolded here. Bold abilities as well. This is obviously a change that will never happen, but if truthfully, you know, this is not a summon ability, I don't know, I rest my case. Oddly enough, same thing here. This says the first unit summoned each turn. We have 4, but that's just because I took another point of superfood. So, good to know that this was absolutely useless for us. And by good to know, I mean fucking horrible. Anyway, though, we should win here. I'm not even going to bother torching. We've got plenty of good things going our way. Let's go ahead and get that hit. We might as well just get as much damage shield here as we can. Oh, there's that. So we could take you out. Unfortunately, we can't stack any damage shield. I also was hoping to stack some of these, but it's not that out of the question that we don't get that. Get rid of these. Could also like avoid binding that Shroud Spike it. Where is that other thing? could have made this deck a lot better because I had full, you know, I hadn't made a single removal with gold, so I could, for the price that I paid for this, I could have removed 3 cards. Yes, I am salty about it. Can you blame me? Looks like we're not going to get Shadow Box, unfortunately. Still gonna try for it. Mitosis, I think, would get me there. No mitosis, whatever. Alright. Just gotta remember to put down, you-know-who first. Now, I'd be lying if I said I was 100% confident in this fight. The fragile here will start to come into play. You know, maybe I just go in the middle. I'm starting with this, I don't have to. We're just good to go here, turns out. I think I still put this down first, but then I can put this onto this. So this, we're stacking right from the get-go, which is amazing. And actually, the Petrified Heart has put some of these morsels out of the range of his sweep, which is also obviously really nice. Can't play that, but whatever. The 5 strikes. We can actually make use of this here, which is nice. I think we want a lot of damage shields, so I'm actually, even though there's the grovel here, I'm actually going to use this just to get a shitload of damage shield. The only way I lose this is if I don't have damage shield. Especially with these fucking spikes. Speaking of spikes, bye-bye to your spikes. Are doing decently. So I'm doing 273 by 6. Fortunately, I do need to do this here. Just because I wouldn't be able to kill them all potentially here. I think I would, but... Idiot. Back of the napkin meth said I needed to. Alright, we'll go here, do that, do that. I actually should have done that up there, could have got the flag kill. Didn't even realize I was that close, but it's fine. Go ahead and get it here. Alright. Now if I could toot my own horn, I think my ability to navigate this comes down to my sort of love for Hellhorned. This is a run I think people that don't really enjoy Hellhorned would struggle with. You know, they're gonna not really have the confidence to go down the line I went. Now, I might be preaching to the choir, right? If you've watched me long enough, you might have had my love of Hellhorned just rub off on you. But just generally speaking, I do think this is a run where people are going to be scared of self-infusing a Horned Warrior. They might even not even take it, right? Especially when they've, and maybe they don't invest in the large stone, maybe they get hungry for the multi and they don't take a quick and just keep searching for it. Maybe, you know, there's any number of things that could happen here. Or maybe they take the large stone and then think, I can't throw away all this health I just invested in to do a self-infuse and make it fragile, right? And in general, I know this is probably the most underrated card in the game, I would say, One Horned Tome. It gets so much hate. Like, I often see this one listed as, like, untakeable. If you follow the general sort of channels of, like just a general Monster Train channel, like MT, I know I don't see love for this card at all. I always see it get hated on, or like the Steam forums and whatnot. But I'm telling you, it's not an amazing card. You don't take it every time, but it is certainly very takeable, and this is the exact run where it shines, right? Absolutely. It was huge in this run. You know, I'm not clearing those waves if I don't have it. Even with my third strike here. And even this is just another good example of not, you know, this goes back to, you know, Rising Dusk had that video, you know, multi-strike as a bait. Or the Frenzystone, maybe would be, I think he named it that, but I think he's more getting at, you know, specifically the shop upgrade. So, like, there's another great example of a run where not getting baited into just going to every steal and trying to get that extra multi-strike and just making do with what's in front of me, right? Maybe there was a multi-strike at those shops, maybe there wasn't. We just didn't need it. We put together something that did not need to find Frenzystone, right? You know, just use a line that's a little more aggressive, make yourself fragile, etc., etc. Also, I think we picked up the right cards along the way. I think Vent ended up being pretty good for us, especially after we found the piercing, but we knew it was going to be decent. Even if it is just 6 extra damage early on, that was still pretty fine to have the 6 extra damage when I play for 0. Shroud Spike wasn't as insane as it often can be, especially with the Hell Pact, but it certainly was still good, right? Prismal Dust was great. As I said, Hell Pact should be auto pick whenever Umbra is involved, but especially in this combo because you also have the Vent, right? There's only one clan in the game other than Umbra that has an additional X-Cost card that isn't the Spike, and that's Hellhorned. So you're not going to find a better combo for first Hell Pact. You just won't. The only dumb thing was obviously taking the ashes. We got nothing out of that, but it's good to know. I don't know if this will ever stick in my memory, because to me, I think the fact that summon here is bolded trolls you into thinking that summon is the important part of the sentence, when really it's abilities. Like, if they're gonna either don't bold anything or bold both summon and abilities. Because if this says to me, when summoned, they get that attack, it should be twice, in my opinion. When I read that the bolding is on the summon, and I see summon here. But I digress. I could talk that point to death. Yeah. Anyway. Bone Rattler wasn't really needed, but I think there's definitely a world where it could have been. There's a world where I don't find quick either here. Like, I don't find quick or multi. And I don't think that I can justify making this thing fragile in that case. I need the quick to be able to justify this. And in that case, we're just gonna have to go some other route and probably lean more onto getting a Shadowbrox proc. But also just the Bone Rattler would have been important there because I would probably leak, especially on Divinity, but if I can massively reduce how many hits they get on me, then I'm good to go. But yeah, and I think I made the right call on the Void Binding holdover before the Perils / potentially never even getting holdover on the Perils. Void Binding was definitely more important. And we only had a few key cards to play. We would just have to live with not playing them if we find this early. Because if we find this early, we should play it. It's kind of the logic there. But yeah, that was a fun one. I really liked that run, and I don't think it was too easy. No. Let me double check this is not my internet. It's not my internet. Fuck. The server's down. I really want to generate this challenge because I feel like it's a good one to practice on for people that don't like Hellhorned. Plus there's potential for some huge high rolls here. I'm sure there's other powerful stuff on the map too. I'm just gonna try this again. Okay, good. That was the one, right? Yeah, that's the one we just did. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.